The applause is still echoing. When he leans in, my father's hand rests on my shoulder like he's proud. His smile never breaks, professional, warm, perfect. As he whispers, "Don't get comfortable." I freeze. The words hit different than his. Public praise across the room. They're clapping for me, for my deal. $12 million, biggest contract in company history, months of negotiations, late nights, careful strategy, perfect execution, all mine. My throat tightens, his hand still on my shoulder. Still smiling, still performing, for the crowd. But that whisper, that wasn't a warning, that was a reminder. None of this belongs to me. Not the deal, not the credit, not my position, not my future. Just borrowed, conditional, temporary, always. He pats my shoulder twice, then moves to greet investors, leaving me standing in applause. That suddenly feels hollow, empty. Conditional, like everything else in this company, in this family, in this life I built but don't actually own. My name's Sloan Mercer. I'm 34 years old, Vice President, Business Development, Mercer Industries. My father's company, technically. I didn't inherit a seat at the table. I fought for 9 years of proving, fixing, rebuilding, every deal, every client, every late night, every weekend, every sacrifice, while my father watched, evaluated, withheld approval. I started after business school, entry level, despite my name, despite my degree, despite everything. "You'll earn it," he said, so I did. Closed my first deal 6 months in, $500,000. He nodded, "Good start." Second deal, $1.2 million. Keep going. Third deal, $2 million. "You're learning." Always conditional, always provisional, always not quite enough. 9 years later, I've built the entire business development division from 3 clients to 47, from $5 million annual revenue to $63 million, all documented, all measurable, all mine. And still, I'm treated like I could be replaced at any moment, like my success is temporary, like my position is borrowed, not earned, not permanent, not mine. "Don't get comfortable, that's what," he said, after the biggest deal in company history. My deal, my work, my success, and still not enough to feel safe, secure, valued here. The applause continues. Executives shake my hand. Incredible work, brilliant negotiation, game-changing deal. Investors praise the company's vision, not mine, never mine. The company's, my father's, anyone's but mine. My father stands beside me, soaking it in, accepting congratulations, like he closed it, like I'm just part of the backdrop, part of the company, not the architect of this success. "Your father built something special," someone says. I smile politely, "Thank you." But I'm thinking, I built this deal, this pipeline, this division. Me, not him. He built the company 20 years ago. I built what it is today. But nobody sees that. Nobody acknowledges that. Just the company's vision, your father's leadership, the family legacy. Never Sloan's work, Sloan's strategy, Sloan's success. Just the company, the family, the legacy. I'm invisible, even when I'm standing right here, with the contract I negotiated in my hand. Proof of what I can do, what I did, and still invisible, conditional, temporary, replaceable. "Don't get comfortable," the words echo through all the hollow praise. Later that evening, his office, he pours himself a drink. Scotch, expensive, celebratory. "You did well," he says, casually, like I passed a test, not closed, a $12 million deal. I wait for the rest. There's always a rest. For now, there it is, conditional approval, always attached to an expiration date. What does that mean? He sips his drink. "It means you executed well this time, like there's doubt about next time. I've executed well for 9 years. Different deals, different stakes, higher stakes, better results." He looks at me, really looks for the first time today. "The stakes are always higher, Sloan. I know. Do you? What kind of question is that?" "Yes, I understand the pressure. Pressure isn't the issue." "Then what is?" He sets down his glass. "Sustainability. Can you maintain this level I have for 9 years, with support, with structure, with the company behind you?" Implying I couldn't do it alone, implying my success is borrowed from the company, not earned by me. I don't argue, because arguing never works with him, just makes him more certain I'm not ready for whatever undefined level he thinks I should reach before I'm allowed to feel comfortable, secure, valued, safe. The next morning, company-wide meeting, my father at the front. I want to introduce someone. A man steps forward, tall, polished, confident. Preston Holmes. Never heard of him. Preston joins us as Executive Director, Strategic Growth. New position created yesterday, apparently. He brings 15 years experience in corporate development, Applause. Polite, professional, I clap too, while thinking growth is why I do what I've been doing for 9 years. Preston will work closely with our teams to scale our success. Our success, my success. He's a future leader here. Future leader, not current, not me. Future him. I watch closely, study his face, his posture, his confidence. Something feels off, not about him, about the timing, about the announcement the day after. My biggest deal. The day after I proved myself again. They bring in someone new, someone positioned as future leader, while I'm still not comfortable. This isn't coincidence, this is strategy, just not mine. First strategy meeting with Preston. Present, I present. My pipeline, 47. Active clients, 18. Potential deals, $23 million. In negotiations, Preston. Takes notes, asks questions, good questions, detailed, formed, he's smart, I'll give him. Then, my father speaks. Let's redirect the Morrison account through Preston. I pause. Morrison is my account. I've been working it for 6 months. Preston needs to learn our approach by taking my account, by observing how we close. I'd be happy to brief Preston on the strategy. He'll learn better by doing. My idea, my strategy, my 6 months of relationship building, redirected through Preston to teach him our approach, which is my approach. I sit there, quietly watching my voice get filtered, my work get reassigned, my credit get redirected to the future leader, while I'm still not allowed to get comfortable in the position I've held for 9 years. The others in the meeting notice, I can see it in their faces, but nobody says anything, neither do I, because what's the point? 2 days later, my phone rings. Client, direct line, Sloan, quick question. Of course, I got a call from Preston, something about taking over our account. My stomach drops. Taking over? Yeah. He said he's the new point person for strategic accounts, my accounts, all of them. I see. You're still our main contact, right? I hesitate. Should say yes, should reassure, should lie. Yes, for now. Silence. Long, uncomfortable. For now, we're restructuring internally. I'm still fully involved. Sloan, we work with you, not the company. That lands hard. True, I appreciate that. If you're not our contact, we need to discuss our contract. Threat, clear, professional, serious, that I'm still here, for now, you said. Even I, the uncertainty in my own voice, the doubt, my father planted with 5 words, don't get comfortable. And now, it's spreading to clients who trust me, not the company. Me, Friday afternoon, company-wide email, subject, celebrating success. I open it, expecting recognition for the deal. My deal, $12 million, biggest in history. The email starts strong. This week, we closed a landmark deal. Good, thanks to the vision of our founder and CEO, my father, and the strategic partnership between our teams, plural, not me. Special recognition to Preston Holmes, whose insights were instrumental. He started Monday, the deal closed Tuesday, negotiated over 3 months before he arrived, but he's instrumental. My name appears once with support from Sloan Mercer and the BD team, support from I assisted, instead of led, instead of created, instead of delivered. My father's name everywhere. Preston's name, prominent. My name, a footnote in my own success. I read it 3 times, looking for a mistake, an error, an oversight. It's not. It's deliberate, carefully worded, strategically written to erase my contribution, while elevating Preston's non-existent one. This is how it starts, the repositioning, the replacement, the erasure of me from the company I built. I pull up the org chart, updated this morning, my position, Vice President, Business Development, same, unchanged. Preston's position, Executive Director, Strategic Growth, 1 level below C-suite, 1 level above me. Technically, I report to my father, he reports to my father, but the chart shows his box larger, more central, connected to everything, mine smaller to the side, connected to him, not directly to leadership anymore. My role hasn't changed. His has. He's being positioned not as my peer, as my replacement. Slowly, strategically, deliberately, while I'm still delivering, still performing, still succeeding. They're already positioning my exit without telling me, without asking me, without acknowledging. 9 years of building this division from nothing to $63 million, just quietly replacing me with someone who started Monday and got credit for my deal. By Friday, Monday morning, my father's office. We need to talk. I sit, wait, about your role. Here it comes. I think you're too close to the work. Too close to the work I built. What does that mean? You're executing well, but not seeing the bigger picture. I see the picture. I built the picture. That's the problem. How is that a problem? You need to step back, let others execute, while you focus on strategy. Step back from the clients. I built the deals. I closed the work I created. So I focus on strategy while Preston executes? Exactly. That's not stepping back. That's stepping aside. It's evolution. Of what? Of your role from doer to leader. But leaders in this company execute. He executes. Preston's already executing my deals. This isn't evolution. This is removal, disguised as promotion. I built this pipeline, this structure, this division. And now it needs to scale beyond you, beyond me, without me, replacing me. That's what he means, but won't say directly, just carefully, professionally, politely, erasing me from the work I created. The team notices, of course they do. Why is Preston leading Morrison account? My colleague asks. Restructuring. But you built that relationship. I know. And Whitfield account? Him too. Sloan, he's taking all your accounts. Apparently, she looks at me carefully. Are you okay with this? Am I? No. But what choice do I have? It's the company's decision. It's your father's decision. Same thing. Here, I'm focusing on strategy. You are strategy. You built this whole division. I know. Everyone knows. Except, apparently, my father, who thinks I'm too close to the work that I created. Another colleague stops by. Preston asked for your client files. All of them? All 47. Everything. Every relationship, every strategy, every detail I built over 9 years. Just hand it over to someone who started last week. I give neutral answers. Professional, appropriate. But they see it too. See me being systematically erased from my own success. Private dinner. Key investors celebrating the deal. My father tells them about Preston. He helped close the Whitmore deal. Helped. He started after it closed. His strategic input was invaluable. What input? He wasn't there. We're lucky to have him on the team. I sit across the table, listening to history, being rewritten in real time. My deal becoming our deal. My work becoming team effort. My success becoming company achievement. With Preston's instrumental involvement, an investor looks at me. Sloan, you must be proud of the team. The team, not me, not my work. The team, yes, very proud. What else can I say? That's not what happened. That's a lie. I did this alone, all of it. But saying that makes me sound egotistical, difficult, not a team player. So I smile, agree, acknowledge the team, while my father rewrites history, and I don't interrupt, don't correct, and don't fight. Just disappear a little more. With every lie he tells about my work that night, I go home and start mapping everything, every client tied to me personally, not the company, me, Morrison. My relationship, Whitfield calls me direct. Caldwell Industries trusts me, not Preston. 19 clients total would leave. If I left, I know it, they've said it. We work with you, Sloan. Revenue streams. I built $34 million annual, more than half the division, dependencies nobody else understands, client histories, preferences, strategies, all in my head, my files, my relationships. It's more than I thought, more leverage than I realized. The company needs me more than they're admitting. More than my father acknowledges more than Preston could replace in years, maybe ever. I document everything, not for revenge, for clarity, for evidence, for proof of what I built, what I'm worth, what they're trying to erase without realizing. They can't actually replace me without losing everything I created. 2 weeks later, Preston handles a follow-up meeting with Morrison. Should be simple, routine, contract renewal, $2 million, annual, easy. He calls me after. They're pushing back. On what? Everything. Terms, timelines, scope, because he doesn't know the relationship, the history, the nuances I built over 6 months. What did you offer? Standard terms. Morrison isn't standard. They need customization. He didn't document that I did in the files I gave him. Page 14, client preferences clearly stated. He didn't read it. It's documented. Well, they're threatening to walk. My father calls an hour later. Morrison is unstable. Because Preston didn't read the file. He needs support. I gave him everything. He needs you to step in. There it is. Step back from the work. Unless he fails, then step in, fix it quietly, without credit. In what capacity? I ask. He pauses, long, uncomfortable, telling that pause is everything. He wants me available when needed, invisible when not, convenient, not valued. That's not a role. That's erasure. I agree to help on terms. I'll fix Morrison under these conditions. Conditions. Defined role, defined limits, clear boundaries. This isn't the time. It's exactly the time you want my help. These are my terms. He doesn't like it, doesn't like me setting boundaries, making demands. After 9 years of unconditional service, what do you want? Credit for my work, recognition in communications, and no more reassignments without discussion. That's not how those are my terms. He looks at me, really looks like he's seeing something new, something he doesn't quite recognize. Me, standing up, finally. Fine, fix Morrison, we'll the rest. We'll discuss. Not, I agree, not, I commit, just we'll discuss. Non-committal, vague, meaningless. But I fix Morrison because I can, because I built that relationship, because they trust me. The contract renews, $2.1 million secured. My father thanks me, privately, publicly, credits the team's collaborative effort, not me, never me, always. The team. After I set boundaries, things change. I stop overextending, stop fixing everything, stop being available 24/7 for problems not mine. Preston handles his accounts without my constant intervention. Results predictable. Delays happen, miscommunications grow, clients get frustrated. Small problems become big ones without me quietly fixing everything behind the scenes, and the cracks spread fast. My father calls. What's happening with the Caldwell renewal? Preston's handling it. It's delayed, I know. Can you? No, you said Preston handles strategic accounts now. But you have the relationship. Had past tense. Sloan, you can't tell me to step back, then ask me to step in every time things go wrong. This is about the company, exactly, and the company have decided. Preston leads strategic growth, so let him. He doesn't like it, but he can't argue because I'm following his directions, exactly, just not fixing the consequences anymore. Without me, overextending the system, strains, visibly, measurably, publicly. 3 deals, delay, 2 clients complain formally, 1 contract cancels, $800,000, annual revenue gone, because Preston mishandled, follow-up missed, details ignored, history. I documented everything available to him. In files I created, he just didn't use them, didn't read them, didn't think he needed them until too late. My father calls another meeting. We need to discuss performance. Who's mine for setting boundaries, or Preston's for failing without me? The division is underperforming because you replaced the person who built it with someone who doesn't understand it. But I don't say that. Just listen. We need to stabilize. How? He looks at me, waiting for me to volunteer to step back in, fix everything, save everyone like always. I stay silent, let the moment sit, uncomfortable, heavy, real. Finally he speaks. I need your help. In what capacity? Same question, same pause as before, same lack of answer as before. Because he wants my work, not my authority, my effort, not my recognition, my fixing, not my value. I'm walking past conference room door, slightly open, voices inside, my father, board member talking about me. I stop. Shouldn't listen, but do. Sloan's numbers are excellent. Yes. So why the restructuring? Pause. She's great at execution, but she's not leadership material long term. I stop breathing. Why not? She's too focused on details, relationships, day-to-day work. The work that built $63 million division. Isn't that her job? Leaders need vision, strategy. Preston has that. Preston, who's failed 3 deals, lost 1 client, delayed everything he's touched. That's leadership. And Sloan? Executor, not leader. That's what he really thinks. After 9 years, after building everything, after delivering everything, I'm an executor, not a leader. Too focused on details, on relationships, on work, the things that actually matter to clients, to revenue, to success, but not leadership. Apparently, I walk away quietly before they see me, before I break, before I cry, or scream, or quit. Right there, I just walk to my office, close the door, and sit with the truth. I finally heard that evening email from competitor, Langford Group, subject conversation. Ms. Mercer, we've been watching your work for some time. Would you be open to a confidential meeting? I stare at it for 10 minutes. They want to talk to me, not the company, not my father, not Mercer Industries, me, Sloan Mercer, the executor, not leader, except they think I am. I reply, I'm open to conversation. We schedule lunch off-site, confidential, Thursday. I tell one, not my father, not Preston, not anyone. Just show up, listen, see what they actually want from me. The meeting is different than expected. They're respectful, interested, specific. We want to build a division like yours. I built that over 9 years. We know we want you to do it for us. In what capacity? The question I always ask. Senior Vice President, Business Development, full authority, equity stake, your division, your leadership. You're not, the company's not borrowed, not conditional, mine, real authority, real ownership, real recognition. Everything I built for my father, but never received, being offered by strangers who see my value clearly, immediately, honestly. I'll need to think about it. Of course, take your time. But I already know the answer. Major meeting Friday. All leadership. Discussing Q4 strategy. I present recommendations for client retention based on 9 years of data relationships experience. Preston interrupts. I think we should pivot to acquisition over retention. Wrong completely. For our model, our clients, our approach. That's not aligned with. It's more aggressive, more growth focused. Our growth comes from deep client relationships. That's old thinking. 9 years of proven results, $63 million, division built on old thinking. My father listens, then speaks. Preston's right, we need aggressive growth. Wrong decision, immediate consequences within 2 weeks. 3 clients express concerns about shifting priorities. 1 threatens to leave if we're just chasing new deals instead of serving existing clients. The room goes silent. Preston looks at me, expecting me to fix it. My father looks at me, expecting the same. I stay still, silent, watching. Nobody looks at me to fix the problem they created by ignoring my expertise, my experience, my old thinking that built everything they're now destroying. I sit alone that night in my apartment, staring at 2 offers: stay at Mercer Industries, keep building for my father, keep being erased, replaced, diminished despite results, or leave, join Langford, build something new with authority, with recognition, with ownership, real ownership, not borrowed, not conditional, not temporary, mine. 9 years of loyalty to my father, to the family, to the company, versus 1 moment of clarity about my worth, my value, my future. I think about his words, don't get comfortable. He was right. I shouldn't get comfortable in a place that doesn't value me, in a role that's being eliminated, in a future that doesn't include me as a leader, just an executor. I choose clarity over loyalty, truth over family, my future over his company. I draft my resignation, calm, controlled, professional, final, effective immediately. Monday morning I walk into my father's office, letter in hand. He looks up, surprised. I'm unscheduled. We need to talk. I hand him the letter. He reads, slowly, expression barely shifts. Finally he looks up. You're resigning? Yes. Because I'm not leadership material long term, right? He pauses, caught. You overheard. I did. A private conversation about my career, my future, that I wasn't included in. Sloan, you told me not to get comfortable. I'm leaving. This is emotional. This is clarity. I built a $63 million division. You're replacing me with someone who's lost clients, delayed deals, failed repeatedly. Preston needs time. He can't have it without me cleaning up his failures. Where will you go? Langford Group. His expression changes. Competitor, direct threat. You're going to the competition? I'm going where I'm valued as a leader, not just an executor. You'll regret this, he says quietly. Certainly. Finally, I meet his eyes. Clearly, calmly, finally. No, I won't. I leave his office, walk through the building I built for 9 years, and feel nothing but relief, freedom, certainty. I made the right choice, finally. Within 2 weeks, things unravel at Mercer Industries without me. The cracks become chasms. Clients hesitate. Is she still our contact? We want to speak with her. Preston can't answer, can't replace, can't deliver what I built over 9 years of relationships, trust, expertise. Deals stall. Negotiations fail. Renewals delay. Revenue drops 15% in 1 quarter. Everything I predicted, everything I warned about, happening exactly as expected. My father calls. I don't answer. He emails. I don't respond. He sends message through former colleagues. She should come back. We can work this out. The company needs her now. They need me now. They see my value now. After I'm gone, after it's too late, after they finally feel my absence and understand what they lost. Not an executor, a leader, the leader who built everything they're now losing. I join Langford Group, Senior VP Business Development, real title, real authority, real ownership, 3% equity stake in division I build. Not borrowed, not conditional, mine, legally, permanently. Finally, I start building different this time. My team, my strategy, my vision. No one overriding, no one taking credit, no one whispering, don't get comfortable. Just trust, authority, recognition. Everything I earned at Mercer. but never received. Clients follow because they trust me, not the name I left behind. 6 clients transfer within 3 months. $8 million annual revenue coming with me to Langford because they work with me, not Mercer Industries. Not my father, not the legacy me, Sloan Mercer, the leader. They always saw, even when my father couldn't. Within 6 months, I built $15 million division at Langford, growing, profitable, successful, mine, everything I wanted at Mercer. Finally, achieved somewhere that values me properly, honestly, completely. Months later, I hear through industry channels, Mercer Industries is struggling, not collapsing but slipping. Revenue down 20%, client retention at 5-year low, Preston reassigned to strategic advisory, translation, removed from leadership after failing completely, predictably, publicly. My father running operations again himself at 68, doing the work he hired Preston to do that I was already doing successfully for 9 years, until he told me not to get comfortable, and I took him seriously. I don't call, don't reach out, don't offer help, don't look back. Because I didn't lose anything, I just stopped trying to earn a place that was never mine, a recognition that would never come, a future that didn't include me as a leader. Now I have all of it: title, authority, ownership, recognition, respect. Everything I built for him, now building for me. Leadership isn't control, it's trust, and the people who matter, the clients, the team, the industry, they trust me, not the name I walked away from. That's the real truth. My father learned too late, and I learned just in time to save myself from a future that would never value me properly. I'm comfortable now, finally, completely, deservedly, in my own success.